Right, it's Friday the 20th of June 2025 and we're about to start the Cleveland Way. You get in the marketplace and then you come up that road. Just before you start it here, there's toilets there if you want them. It's where you get a lot of buses and coaches parking up, and there's car parking there. That's a signpost. And then this is the official start. Just to show you on here, this is the map we're using. This is the back of the map. Some people say, oh, it's shaped like a horseshoe. Does that look like a horseshoe to you? If you were a horse and the farrier turned up and said, I've got your new shoes and they were shaped like that, you think, forget it, I'll walk on the grass, mate, you're alright. So it ain't shaped like a horseshoe, but you can see roughly where they're coming from. So we're going to start off here in Helmsley, and then we go out through the Yorkshire moors, and then we come onto the coast, and we come all the way down and finish in Filey. Literally 110 miles, 109 miles later. Okay. So enough of that. Let's get going. Okay, so straight away you're on a little bit of an incline path, nice cobbled path, nice and dry. I mean, it's about 24 degrees today in Helmsley. It's set to get warmer as the day goes on, so a little bit warm, but you know, might not be too bad at all really. We'll see. So there is the track that I've come up through from Helmsley, and carrying on up this track. So not long out of Helmsley here, still on this nice path, easy on your feet. On the journey here, trains worked out great. Gets to York, as I was getting the train to York, and then I was going to get a bus to Helmsley. Goes to where the stop was, and a bus turned up before, and I knew that wasn't the X31, but I'll just check and see if he thinks the X31 is coming on time. And when I asked, he said, no, it doesn't. You don't get it here. He said you have to go round the corner and you get it on one that stops round there. So I thought, I'm not sure about that. So goes down the corner. Everybody at the bus stop saying, no, you don't get the X31 from here. So goes back again. No sign of it then. I thought it's either been and gone or whatever. So goes and he goes to the taxi rank in the end. And that was going to be about 67 quid to get here, because Helmsley's, it's in the middle of nowhere. There's no train station or anything. Anyway, he said, I'll do it for like 55. So I thought, great, okay, at least it gets me there on time. Otherwise, I'm just hanging around, hoping for another bus to come. So that's what I did, and it got me here at the same time as the bus would have. But, so, a bit hit and miss to get it at the beginning. But it is, like I say, it's out in the sticks, Helmsley, so bear that in mind when you're coming. But if I do most of the campsites, which I'd like to do on this walk, I don't mind while camping. But when it's in the heat and you've been sweating all day, it's nice to be able to go somewhere where you can actually get a shower and stuff. So campsites, they do win out, I think, in the end, most of the time anyway. So we'll see. It is quite warm now. I mean, officially it's about 24 degrees, but it is set to rise up to about 27, 28 degrees. So it will get warm as the day goes on. Okay, you probably recognise this lodge if you've watched other Cleveland Way videos before. Everybody seems to show you this lodge as they walk past it. I'm carrying quite a bit of water up here because of the heat. I've got a 1.5 litre water bladder back in my rucksack. I've got a full Nalgene bottle. I've got another small bottle that's full of water, just a small like pop bottle. I've got a Catadin, which is full of water as well. And I've got another very small, like a runner's bottle that's got some electrolytes in as well. Now some people would probably say, oh, you've got too much water, but others would say, clever young man. Okay, we know they might not say young, but still. Now if you live there, do you think you ever get sick of that view? Probably not. On a bit of road walking now. Nobody likes road walking, but it does afford you a little bit of making up time when you're on that sort of harder surface for a little while. Just come from down there and I'm coming up to here. This is Cold Kirby we're going into now. Don't fall out with your neighbours when one of them's got control of the defibrillator. So I'm walking through Cold Kirby now. If you do this walk and you think, oh, I'll get to Cold Kirby and I'll have a drink there, you won't, because there's nothing here. It's just some very big posh houses, like a hamlet of posh houses, basically nothing else here. No wonder they need their own defib. I think by the time an ambulance got out here, they'd probably be bedding you for old age or something, never mind heart attack. So just after where you come through where the horses are, the livery stables there, and the little, looks like a little race course type thing, it's obviously just where they exercise the horses. There's an honesty box. I didn't get anything because it was just water in there, and I've got plenty of water. But if you are one of these people and you ever watch these videos and you are one of these people up and down the country and you put out an honesty box near where you live, thank you very much for doing it, because it makes a massive difference to people who are walking, regardless of the weather. You know, if there's things there that you can buy, honesty boxes really do make a difference, so thank you. So here you get an option if you want to go and try and see the white horse, then you'd go that path. But I believe even when you go that path you don't get a very good view of it, so I'm not going to bother. The gliding club is over in that direction over there. I've just seen a plane come over in that direction, a little tiny plane, but I'm going to carry on down that way. So it's about 3:30 now. Been going since just before 12 or half 11, somewhere between half 11 and 12. I'm going to get to a place called Paradise Farm and then reassess from there. They've got a campsite, so I'm hoping I can either get in there or decide then whether I'm going to try and carry on to the campsite at Osmotherley. So I'll make a decision when I get to Paradise Farm. I don't think I'm that far off it now, to be honest. Okay, this is the end of day one. I'm actually at High Paradise Farm camping. After a few problems getting here, from Helmsley. Got to Helmsley okay, but then a few problems in the end. Up, get a taxi to Helmsley from York to Helmsley. Came down the path over the stepping stones, and I had wanted to get all the way through here and all the way up to Osmotherley, but I got to High Paradise Farm. It'd been really hot today, and I just thought, no, I'll stay here. Probably wasn't the best plan in hindsight, because they're having some sort of event here, and I think it's going to be pretty late and pretty noisy, to be honest. So in hindsight, I do wish now that I'd pressed on all the way up to Osmotherley here, but we'll see. Weather-wise, it looks like it could be getting some thunderstorms tomorrow, so I've no idea how that will slow things down or how far I'll get. But I'm not in any rush at the end of the day, so it can take me time a bit more. So, like I say, the moment we're here at High Paradise Farm, and tomorrow we'll push on through Osmotherley, which is about just over 8 miles from here, and then start climbing a bit then over towards Lordstones, and then see what's what from there. Morning. Okay, it is day 2. Have a look on there. You can vouch that it's 4:30 in the morning. High Paradise Farm is just a little way down there. I snuck out of there this morning like a bloody sniper, and I'm getting going because I've heard that there might be some thunderstorms, and I want to make some time up. I've not got a specific destination today. I'm just going to try and make as much time as I can, really. No better time than as early as possible, so away we go. So I've come from down there, from the campsite down there, and carrying on down this way, down this road, this track. This is going to take us through to Osmotherley. This is what I should have done yesterday, really, instead of staying where I stayed. So I'm on a little road now, which is a slight detour from the Cleveland Way, just coming out of Osmotherley. And the reason I've taken this road is because it goes past Coat Gill campsite and the YHA, and I want to refill my water bottles there, which I've done. It also, on this road, is the marker for the Lake White Walk. So if you were starting or finishing at that marker, it's just there. So if you ever did that, you could camp. If you were finishing it there, you could camp at Coat Gill or the YHA. Right, watch out, big river crossing here. Ooh, I'm not sure I'll make it. Yeah, you can tell there's a drought on. This is Carlton Bank that we're heading up onto now, and then it goes to Livemore. It's quite the climb, really. It is all stepped, as you can see in front of me here, but when the heat's out, which it is already, then it does take it out here. We're on Livemore now. This area is Livemore. Come up rather, sorry, from that path there. To get some good views on here. Now this is the part that you're sharing with the coast to coast, and it has been for a little while now. So yesterday I met one guy at Paradise Farm, the campsite where I was staying. He was in a tent near me. And today I think I've only seen 2 more people doing the Cleveland Way. I'm pretty sure both of them were doing it. So there's not a lot of people out. Maybe it's the heat has put some people off. Maybe I'll see more people further on in the walk that are doing it. still sharing the path with the coast to coast. Look how dry everything is here. I mean, if it wasn't such a drought, that'd have water running down it. But everything is so hot and dry at the minute. Oh, it's no joke this. You probably can hear that breeze, and it is a welcoming breeze, but it's still bloody hot. Look at the inclines, it's just one rolling incline after another. So I spoke to a lady at Kildale Farm Camping, and she says I can camp there tonight, but I'm still a good way off. I don't think you can make that out over there in the distance. That lump in the ground there, I think that might be Roseberry topping now. Just Kildale campsite this. There's camping down there. There's camping down there. They've got a camping barn as well there, and they've got this little like place in here, and there's some chairs. You can charge up your devices in here. There's a kettle, there's a fridge, keep stuff cool. It would take several people because you've got a single bed, a double bed, and there's another single bed over there. And it was £15. It was £10 just for a camping pitch. And if you want this, and I'm the only one here, it's £15. Which normally I'd be quite happy with a camp pitch. And they didn't have this, so no big deal. But they are talking about the possibility of thunderstorms tonight. So this means I can put my tent away dry, and I can charge up my devices, and I can be away as handy as I like, and not have to think about trying to dry stuff. And I've just washed some clothes, and if it starts raining again, because it was raining earlier on, then I can actually bring them in here and they'll still dry. Okay, let's show you where I've been today, because it has been one long ass day today. I reckon I've done probably not shy of at least 28 miles today. Started here at High Paradise Farm. I shouldn't have really, like I've already said, I should have gone all the way up to Osmotherley the night before, and because it's 8 miles between High Paradise Farm and Osmotherley, so I should have really gone there, but I didn't anyway. I made the decision of staying there. I didn't get much sleep because they had like an event thing on, and it went on most people were chatting most of the night. Can't say it was down to the fault of the event thing, but that probably finished on time. But people just carried on chatting until well into the early hours of the morning. So I started walking, and I got up at like 4. I was away walking by 4:30 to try and make up the time that I would have if I'd gone to Osmotherley. And then I thought, when I get to Osmotherley, I can then start my day's walking. So I got to Osmotherley, and I didn't go round there. Instead, I took this road up here, and the reason I did that was I could refill my water at the YHA that is a little bit up that road. And then I thought, well, I'm already there, may as well carry on up there, and then rejoin it there. And then once there, I carried on all the way through here, all the way up through Livermore, through here, had something to eat at Lordstone's, and then carried on. And this is just relentless, up and down, up and down. And when you get somewhere up here, there's a bit of a scrambly bit. And when I did the coast to coast, you had to sort of like pick your way through the rocks and stuff. But now it seems better because they've put these little markers on showing you the way to go through, which is much better. And I carried on down here. Really, I had enough by then, but carried on down here, all the way along, down to here, carrying on through here, up to Kildale camping. And that's where I am now. So I've no specific plans for tomorrow. I'm just going to see what comes really, and where I get up to. It's Sunday morning and I've just left Kildale camping, or farm and camping, and I've come up through these fields here. There's a little path walkway. Now it's not very well signposted from here, you'll see, but if you're doing this and you want to stop at Kildale camping, you'll come down from this road here, and like I say, there's no signpostage, so when you get to that bend in the road, go over a little sty there. There's a little sty there, and then carry on down. You go through I think it's one big field, and then you go into the farm place there, and everything's down there then. Just walking on this little road now, just past where I just showed you about how to get down to Kildale, because I actually walked past it. I didn't realise. I walked around this bend here, and there was a couple coming up the road, and I said, "Excuse me, you know where Kildale camping is?" And he said, "Oh yeah, we're camping, we're walking back, walk with us," which was dead handy. Otherwise I think I'd have to go down to the road, and then I'd have to take a left and find it that way. Much more overcast today than it has been for the past 2 days, and it's cooler as well. We were supposed to get some rain last night, and other than a few little, you know, you get like some spots of rain, you think, oh, this is it now, it's going to be a big downpour, and then it would go, and then it would come back, and then it would go, and that was sort of late on in the afternoon. But we never got rain, heavy rain in the night. They were talking at one point about thunderstorms and stuff like that, but it didn't materialise. But it is very grey and overcast today now. I think basically the really hot weather is probably gone now. It is set to get a lot cooler now. Going into Kildale now, there's nothing here. If you're walking through and you think, oh, it's something to eat, there's no cafes or anything. They've got a train station though. Now, go to Helmsley, they've got everything, proper little market town, you want for nothing, but they haven't got a train station. Come up from down that way on this path now, and then veering off slightly, going up that little path there. Captain Cook Monument. And over there is Rosebery Topping. This is Spar Wood, going through now, heading towards Slapwaith, which is the next little town just after this. They do motorcycle trials, stuff within this woods. Just seen some bikes there. They've got trials bikes. Looking back, I just popped into that little cafe down there next to the Fox and Hounds pub. It's a great little cafe that. If you're doing this walk, call in there. Okay, this is Skelton View. Sun's come out a bit now. It was very cloudy this morning, and it did rain very, very briefly, but back to the sunshine for now. It's the Skelton Miss. Nice place. Right, I'm going through Skelton here. Can you see ahead of you, beyond that red car? That road, I've just come down that road as if I was going to go straight across this road here. This road here. I was going to come straight down there because that's the way the hike app tells you to go. And then a guy on the moped just stopped me and said, no, go this way. So I'm now going to go down this road and I'm going to pick it up. You can easily do it on the hike app. You can see where this road lines up eventually to pick up the trail. But apparently that little section of the trail, it's just said it's been shut for 2 years. So when you take that little detour and you're going to go straight down, you hit that junction, you go right, go past Hillside Health Centre and Hillside Pharmacy, and the road just sort of snakes around past a little cul-de-sac called Wensleydale, and then the road just goes round and you can pick up the trail again further down. Yeah, so you've come down through that windy road through quite a new housing estate. In fact, they haven't even sold all the houses yet. And then you get to here, and this is where you really pick it up. That's the path I'm on, looking back. This is looking forward, going towards Saltburn, and that's Saltburn Viaduct up there. Looking back at Saltburn-on-Sea, I'm now on the coastal path heading out to there. Down these steps now into Skinning Grove. And then once I reach Skinning Grove, it's on to Staithes. Yeah, it's windy up here now. Let's final look at Skinning Grove. Feeling it a bit now. So I'm about 3.5 miles away from Staithes, and I've managed to get a room at the Captain Cook, which is a pub which obviously has rooms as well. And it currently is coming up for 10 to 3, so I'll make it fine. So this is like a monument thing to all the mining that was done in this part. Bulbury's 50th anniversary bench. Just coming into Staithes now, so not long until I found where I'm staying. And it is 4:10. Rained a little bit, just like the last few days, and you think, oh, it's getting heavy. This is going to be a proper rainstorm, and then it stopped. So, and that's the way it's been. Just these little bits of rain. You think they're going to turn into something, and then nothing. Welcome to Staithes. This is nice, isn't it? Alright, it's map time. Where am I? I'm in the Captain Cook Inn in Staithes. Now don't be frightened of the size of this knife that I get out to show you where I'm going. Started off here at Kildale camping, and I got up this morning, walked down walked down the field with all the sheep in to get back to where I was going, and then come back up here to the road. Carried on round, went to Kildale. There's nothing in Kildale. They've got a train station. Oh, and they've got a phone box. But beyond that, forget it. Go around there, and then I'll come up here through the woods, and all of a sudden, as soon as you come through the woods, boom, the Captain Cook monument is there. So moved on from that and carried on. Now here, you can take a detour if you want. It's not part of the route, but you can take a detour to go up Rosebery Topping. Due to the heat and time that I've been walking and everything else, I didn't do that. But it is an option if you want to do it. And then carried on all the way through here. I've marked down some wild camping spots. You can wild camp probably up by the Captain Cook Monument, and certainly through here where the woods are and stuff like that. Carried on all through here, and then it was on to the other side of the map. It's always nice when you go to the other side of the map, isn't it? And I carried on through here, and I got to Skelton, and then carried on, went to Saltburn-By-The-Sea. Skelton is actually bigger than you think, and then went to Saltburn, and that was as far as I was roughly expecting to get today, but I got there in pretty good time, so I carried on. Went through here. These are these slate messages that you see, which are been put there by a guy, and they're sort of like quotes and things because people have took their own lives off the cliff edges here, and they're obviously there to make people think twice, basically, or maybe people just stop and think, so it's quite pertinent what they are. Anyway, carried on. While I was over here in Saltburn-By-The-Sea, because I've made good time, I thought I'll start phoning around, see if I can get in somewhere rather than just carry on randomly. And I phoned the Captain Cook Inn, and they said, yeah, we've got a room. So I thought, oh well, I'll have a room then. Why not? So I carried on all the way down here, through Skinning Grove, into Bulby. There's a little ode to the all the underground mines. There's something like 261 miles worth of underground mines around Bulby, and there's like a statue there with a miner sat down. It's quite unusual. Carried on here to Staithes, and then just up from here I'm in the Captain Cook Inn there. I hadn't really realised when I made that phone call that Hinderwell is only a little bit further on Hinderwell camping. If I'd realised that, I'd have probably just not booked here. I'd have probably just gone to the campsite really. But anyway, here I am, and I'll pick it up again tomorrow. Right, it's Monday 23rd. This is me just leaving Staithes. I come up the path there, just touching that edge of that farm, and then carrying on down here. Right, just walked down Brunswick Beach, and then this little in cove here. You'll be steps to take back right up to the top of the coastline. Okay, nap time. So this morning started off in Staithes at the Captain Cook Inn, and went down here, along here. I was going to go for there, but I didn't get there last night. I stayed at Captain Cook Inn. Carried on down here and get to Brunswick Bay. Now this is a put little thing on there saying check tide times, because the tide can come in, but when I checked it was not an issue at all. This is nice, this, to walk along the beach, and just as you get to here you cut in, and there was a woman, I presume she was local, and she said to me, just because she was in front of me, she let me go in front of her, and she said, oh, you're going up Heart Attack Hill, so that must be what the locals call it, because it's loads of steps and stuff. It's quite a climb to get back up onto the tops. And then you carried on onto this map now, carried on down here, all through here. There was no deviations or anything like that. Down to Sands End, sorry. Along here. Now I was going to go there tonight, and that's as far as I was going to go, but I was here at too good a time to stop, so I just carried on. Into Whitby, had something to eat in Whitby. Through here, Whitby's a nice place. And then going along down here, carried on. When I got to Whitby, I phoned Huck's House Farm and Camping. Said, can I stay at yours tonight? Yeah, you can have a picture here. And I carried on. I think it's about 8 miles difference between the two, between Whitby and Robinhood's Bay, I think. Carried on all the way down here. When I got to here, I come up here and I'm here. That's where I am now, Huck's House Farm and Camping, right there. And I've got a bit of an exposed pitch, really. I'm subject to the wind, really, and it is quite blustery. The wind's died down now that I'm saying this to you, but it'll pick up again. And so if you don't see me or hear from me tomorrow, then you know I've been picked up and washed out to sea. Okay, bye. Right, morning, it's Tuesday, it's as you can see there, it's 4:45 and I've just left Huck's House farm camping, which is just up there, and now I'm heading down this road back to Robin's Bay. So as you can probably see behind me, it's pretty cloudy this morning. It's very grey, very overcast. It has been raining, it's rained in the night, and when I just put the tent down it was still raining then. We might get some breaks in the weather. It's, you know, it's not set for solid rain all day, but we'll see. This is YHA Youth Association at Bogle Hole. Well, there we are at Tixville. It's just proper overgrown, this section of it. You can just make out the path in parts of it. It's a bit better now to earlier on. Right, I'm about 3 miles away from Scarborough now. Just rained then. I couldn't even be bothered taking water from Salt because I thought, you know what you do, put waterproofs on and sweat, or do you just get wet, get rained on. So I went with the rain. But yeah, about 3 miles away from Scarborough now, so not be long. That's the Sea Life place behind me that I'm just walking past now, and then there's the front Scarborough, and heading on this coastal path. So I've come from that way and heading on that way. Last look at Scarborough, and I'm on my way to Filey now. Tell you what, no matter how knackered you get on this walk, there's always another climb to do. It's Caden Day down there. Looks like a nice beach as well. And this is the path that I'm on. Okay, so it's Tuesday now and it's 2 o'clock, bang on 2 o'clock. We started on Friday and we've finished now on Tuesday. So that has taken us exactly 5 days to do the Cleveland Way. There's the morning behind me. Over that way is, well, you really can't see it too well, but over that way is the brig, and you can walk down, and some people say, oh, that's the official end if you go down to the brig. But here's the monument. It is here, do you know what I mean? So that is the Cleveland Way. So if you've got this far, thanks for watching, and yeah, it's been a good walk.